Okay, let's see the pose as the most basic unit of information of all the animation that we have. We could say that the pose to the animation equals to a paragraph to a book. Why? Because in only one frame, one single pose give us a lot of information. Basically, the pose give us two main kinds of information. One is all the information that comes from the character design, all the psychological aspects, the gender, the age, how it looks, the style, the clothing, and all that. The other kind of information, number two, is all the information that corresponds to that particular part of the story. We're working on a show, or shot belongs to a sequence, and this sequence belongs to a huge story or some kind of journey that our character is going through. So we have to consider that as well as a part of the arc of the character. That's why one single pose creates a huge dimension of different kinds of information that happen every frame in the 24 frames per second that we have. Much or lots of this information that we deliver, of course, is received consciously, but other information is received unconsciously. That is what is known as subliminal information. So we can see that even consciously or unconsciously, the audience is going to catch those 24 frames that we send away. That's why we really have to pay a lot of attention to all the poses that we do, because we actually have a lot of power over the information that is received in the audience. But one thing is to be received by the audience, and the other one is to be accepted by them. That is when something very important in the posing comes into action, and that's the appeal. The appeal is going to be the factor that is going to make all the information that we send be accepted and welcome by the audience. Appeal is another huge concept. Basically speaking, we could say that appeal is beauty, and we could speak about beauty for long time. If you study any kind of arts, you could see that beauty is a concept that is being changing a lot through the centuries. It's a concept that is basically very linked to the evolution of culture in humanity. So depending on where are you, in which part of the world, in what time of the human era, well, it's going to change. So let's just stick to the idea that we have to know that the beauty is a subjective concept, and what we're going to do in this course is more or less to understand what is the concept of beauty right here, right now, in this moment of the industry, and also to help you how to explore that appeal in order to also develop your own way to do appeal. But as animators, there are two main factors of appeal that we should consider and that we should keep in our minds. One is that appeal as something that provokes pleasant feelings in the audience, as beauty does. The other concept is that we should consider appeal as a factor that attracts the attention of the audience. So another way to say it is that by working on appeal as much as we can, we're gonna create two effects in the audience. One is that they're gonna feel good, they're gonna have fun, they're gonna enjoy it, they're gonna feel some kind of positive feeling while looking at our shots. And two is that they're gonna stay alert, they're gonna keep watching, then they're gonna accept all the information that we send to them because it's looking good, it's attractive. So as a result, if we look at the two things that we talk in this class, we have pose as the result of two factors: delivery of information plus appeal. Each pose that we do will be like a kind of like a package of information of all the psychological aspects, age, gender of the character, and the information of that character in that particular time of history, plus that kind of appeal or beautiful aspect that information has, in order to the audience to receive it and welcome it pleasantly without saying I'm bored or I don't like it. So in the next classes we're gonna talk a little bit more about how to succeed in those two factors, but let's for now jump into something that is also very important, which is the other factor of the animation that we should consider to work on.